Buongiorno everyone, welcome back to the My Channel TV. Just finished up there, little cheeky Nando's with Anthony Gordon, you know, the £45 million man. One of us is worth 45 million, one of us can handle the extra hot. You can decide who that is. Anyways, I've dropped by here, you can see in the background is St James Park, Chinatown obviously, and Strawberry Place, where obviously the redevelopment is going to be, the fan zone is going to be, and then hopefully the extension of the Gallowgate behind me. But we're not talking about that today. We've done videos on that already. What we're going to talk about is who Newcastle United could sign, maybe should sign, now as a free agent, because we need bodies through the door. Do we need one of these free agents? Let me know in the comments. Some of them aren't that good, obviously. They are free for a reason. They haven't got a club for a reason, do you know what I mean? But one or two might spring a surprise, might still have something in them. Obviously a lot of them are past 30 as well, but you know, sometimes you have to just make quick signings, you know, short-term signings. Look at, we might not do it, probably won't do it, but if we keep getting injuries, and we've done it before, we've done it with Loris Karius, we're forced into signing him in the last window, so you never know. These could happen, might spring one up. Wait and see, I'll rattle through some names of who's on the free agent list at the minute and who Newcastle could target. Because today we have been linked with Frankfurt's Japanese international midfielder Kamada. That would be an unbelievable signing, by the way, unreal. Brilliant signing that. If only he was free right now. He isn't. His contract expires in June and there's loads of clubs after him. Barca, teams from England, all over. Romano says he's got plenty of interest, but Newcastle now fancy their chances of winning that battle to sign him. That would be amazing. Would absolutely love that. I'd be surprised. Because, but there we go, and then again, if we get European football, why not? He could come, but he's not going to come right now. He can't. He's got a contract in the Bundesliga until June. This is who could Newcastle United sign now to combat our ongoing injuries and suspension issues. Look, without Bruno, we've seen the impact of Bruno. The effect of Guimaraes is mental. You know, 5 games without him, haven't won a single one of them. That's insane. In all the games that he has played, we have won. We're not a one-man team by any chance, but, you know, the impact he has is unreal. Absolutely unreal. So who do we get in the middle of the park? Because like I say, you know, you've got Joe Willock coming off. Eddie Howe said that was a concern against Bournemouth at the weekend. He's concerned for Willock's fitness. We've seen Bruno suspended. We've let John Joe Shelvey go, which was absolutely bonkers decision that for me. Shouldn't have let him go. I know Shelvey wanted the move for personal reasons, for financial reasons. His contract was expiring at Newcastle. Tough. Sometimes you have to be harsh on these players. Look at Harry Kane's wanting to leave Spurs for ages. We should have just kept Shelvey for a few months. Said he can leave in the summer. Really should have kept Shelvey. We should have got a midfielder in, even if Shelvey stayed. For me, we should not have let Shelvey leave without getting a replacement. We haven't, and now we're suffering for it, because I think at the weekend we'll end up playing a 4-2-3-1, like we did against Bournemouth, where Anthony Gordon, my new Nando's pal, gets in there in the number 10 role. Do you know what I mean? Because 4-2-3-1, because Longstaff and Joe Linton are the only centre mids we got. We're on the verge of calling Jeff Hendrick back from his loan spell at this point, and I probably wouldn't be against it. We're desperate at this point. We need players in, and could he do a job just sitting there? Do you know what I mean? Could he do a job just sitting there, battling, tough tackling, breaking a play? He might do. He might be able to, just so someone else can get forward, because at the minute, goodness me, we're struggling like for bodies, definitely, because we've seen Elliot Anderson come off the bench there at the weekend, and really like Anderson, good prospect, loads of potential, but he's not ready yet. He's really not ready yet. He needs a loan spell, championship loan spell, to get him a good game time, good run of games. Not quite ready for the Premier League at Newcastle yet, but obviously hopefully that will be the case in the future. Anyways, let's dive into it. I've got a list here, and these are all off transfermarket.co.uk, so players that are currently on the transfer market as free agents. And the most expensive one, who has got a market value of 9 million, according to this website, and probably the best one, and he's only at 30, so he can still do a job, Isco. Spanish Isco. Spanish Disco. Not Cisco, Isco. Get Isco to Newcastle. Attacking midfielder. Isco, let's run through some of his stuff now. I mean, look at all them trophies he's won. He's won everything under the sun, to be honest with you. Apparently Roma are interested in him. Mourinho's Roma. I mean, last season he made 12 appearances in La Liga. 2 assists, no goals. Not great. He can play left wing as well as centre midfield, so he offers a lot. Obviously, he was playing at Sevilla last year on a free transfer, but look at this. I mean, Real Madrid signed him for 30 million back in 2013-14. He's played a lot of games for them, won a lot of trophies for them, was quite influential at times, but can be known to go missing in games, can be known to be inconsistent, can be known to be injury prone, so not the best. But he has been linked as well. Loads of times he was linked with the Premier League, wasn't he? Linked with a move to Chelsea, Spurs, Arsenal. Came from Spain, Malaga as well. So Isco, would I sign Isco? Honestly, at this point, yes. Attacking midfielder, not quite what we need, really. But then again, Midfield, just drop him a bit deeper. Now that he's getting older, could he drop him a bit deeper, have him over as a playmaker or something? I don't know. But honestly, I'm that desperate for bodies through the door. I'd be considering Hendrick, so I'll consider Isco. Isco, a free agent, what, on a 3-month deal now at the end of the season? Something like that. Wages wouldn't matter too much, you know, and it's only a few months. Short-term deal. Short-term solutions is what's needed here. We've got a Carabao Cup final next weekend. We've got games coming thick and fast when we're trying to get in the top 4. We need these bodies through the door. So Isco, maybe you could get a tune out of him. Could Eddie Howe get a good few months out of him? Could he then kick on there and get a longer deal? Who knows? But at the age of 30, maybe. But there's a reason why nobody took him up. To be fair, I could see him going to Roma. I could see him going to a Serie A team or a French team. I think someone will take him in the next month or so. Give him a chance. 3-month deal. You haven't got much to lose. Give him a chance on a 3-month deal. You know, I could see that happening. So I would take him. I'd take a punt on Isco. Let us know if you would below. Now there's some daft ones coming up. Some silly ones. Just that I've got to mention. Danny Rose. Obviously not. Don't need a left back. We've had him before. I just thought it was funny that Danny Rose was without a club. Remember when Brucey signed him? Came here as left back. He's now 32. He was at Watford and that. Yeah, he's a free agent looking for a club. No chance. We don't need a left back. Bain looked terrific the other day, but he's obviously been brilliant so far. Not going to diss down Bain. And obviously we've got Matty Target coming back, so we don't need a left back. I just thought it was funny that Danny Rose, ex-Magpie, is looking for a club. May get a move to Hartlepool if he's lucky. Next one is ex-Brighton winger Jose Izquierdo. I don't know how to say it, but that's how I'm saying it. The Colombian winger. That's what we're going for here. The left winger from Colombia. Where's he at these days? Club Brugge was his last club, but remember Brighton paid nearly £15 million for him back in 2018, so I'm not sure how he got on there though, but he is left midfield. It is a position that Newcastle could look at in a way. Obviously we've got Gordon now, Izquierdo, winger, not so much. We'll have to be focused on midfield really, but he's a name there where he's 30, he could bring in a body, free up a space. Ex-Brighton, played in the Premier League, probably didn't do very well, I'm guessing, if he did end up at Bruges. I honestly can't. I remember seeing him on Match of the Day probably once. So any Brighton fans in there, let us know what he's like. But Izquierdo is no from me. Next one, Pato. What a legend this guy is. Alexandra Pato. 33 now though, getting on a bit. This guy was some player back in the day. I remember on FIFA I used to sign Pato. He was brilliant. He's got a market value of 1 million nowadays, the Brazilian forward. What happened to his career now? He was so highly rated, wasn't he? He was at AC Milan 07-08 to 2013 to 2012-2013 when he went back to Brazil for Corinthians for 15 million. AC Milan paid 24 million for him. And you know, remember that loan spell at Chelsea? Don't think that went very well, but most strikers don't do well at Chelsea. And he was last at Orlando in America. So he's without a club at the minute. Pato, striker. We need a striker. To be fair, we've let Wood go, and I was a big Wood critic. We've let him go though and we've not replaced him. So would you get someone else instead of Chris to replace that Chris? Because we've got Gordon, more of a winger. Number 10 as well, is what Howe sees him as well. He's played there last weekend due to injuries and stuff. Pato, striker. Why not? Option off the bench. I'd have him. Honestly, I'd have him just for the crack. Brazilians at Newcastle, Bruno, Joelinton, Pato. Yeah? 33, bit mad, really, isn't it? Would I have him? I don't know. What's he's playing like these days? Because the thing with Pato was he was brilliant on his day one. He looked like one of the best in the world. He was rated as one of the best in the world. Had some unbelievable moments in the Champions League in a Milan shirt. Fizzled out, injuries, headspace, all that. Don't know, but 33 probably wouldn't, to be fair. But then again, Wilson's injured all the time. Isak's just coming back. That's it. That's literally it. So sign him up for a month. Fuck it. You know, a 30-day trial. Jetro Williams. Just for the scenes, just bring back Jetro. That link with Alan St. Maximin was brilliant back in the day. The friendship, he's a free agent now, bless him, 28. That injury obviously really hampered him. Bad luck. I used to love Willems. I mean, everyone in Newcastle didn't. Everyone fell in love with him. He fell in love with the place. Willems, brilliant, but left back again, not a position we need. But I just had to shout out Jetro Willems when I seen him on this list. I thought he was brilliant when he was at Newcastle. Very unlucky with that injury. Then he went away. But we don't need left back. And Willems, there must be fitness concerns if nobody else has took him. He has some real nostalgia for you. Now we've talked about Willems, ex-Newcastle player. Imagine bringing this bloke back. Hatem Ben Arfa. Yeah, I've said it. I've went there because he's on the list. I've got to do it. Ben Arfa. Yeah, Ben Arfa. 35 years old now, Hatem Ben Arfa. We all know about Ben Arfa. Looked like a Ballon d'Or winner one week and looked like he worked in Burger King the next week. Do you know what I mean? One week he was only, look, he'd been to Burger King too many times at times as well. Do you know what I mean? He was unreal at times, dazzling runs, brilliant goals, and then he'd got missing for 10 games. French master, a bit like Maximin, I suppose, but like Alan St. Maximin. But Ben Arfa on his day, remarkable. the connection he's got with the club, cult hero. I wouldn't bring him back just for that reason. I think just leave him there. I want the memories of Ben Arfa. I don't want him to come back at 35 and barely be able to move around the pitch and just be injured and stuff like that. So, but then again, midfielder number 10, we're desperate. I wouldn't go that desperate. Leave Ben Arfa, leave the memories, nostalgia, leave it at that. Ben Arfa's club list is massive as well. Look at that. He was at Lille the other year. He's actually doing well for Lille as well, so I'm surprised he got a free club. Played for PSG. Newcastle paid 6 million for him. Great stuff. On to the next one, another striker, and this one is a Mackham. I tell you the list wasn't very good. I tell you the list was going to go down, right? Now it has went down. It's well and truly went down now. Connor Wickham. Ex-Mackham Connor Wickham. He's free agent. 29 as well. And he was at Forest Green. He was last at Forest Green, MK Dons. Palace, remember Matt Palace? Palace paid good money for him, didn't they? 10 million. There, look at 10 million. Crystal Palace paid for him 7-8 years ago. So that says a lot, 7-8 years ago, I suppose. Like, Sunderland paid 9 million for him. Over 10 years ago now. So, Connor Wickham, he's on there. I just thought striker, 29. And I'll tell you right now, no. Not good enough. He's at Forest Green for crying out loud. But then again, I'm going to go back to it. There's no options. Wilson stays injured. Isaac gets a notch. We haven't got a single striker at the club. How mental and worrying is that? We'd have to recall Grand Kual or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. But Wickham, ex-Mackham, he's crap for them. Fuck him. Not signing him. This guy, right, the list is getting outrageous now. Alright, it's getting extra silly now. You know, there'll be people laughing in the background at the minute. Joe. You heard me right. Joe. Just J.O. He's still going. Joe is still going. Now, if anyone knows about takeovers and how to build a club up and win trophies, it's Joe. Joe was there. J.O. was the OG from back in the day with Man City. Do you know what I mean? He was there when they first got taken over. He was the big signing. He's 35 years old now, Brazilian striker Joe. He's been back playing in Brazil the last couple of years. He's been to Japan. He's been out of the shop. He's been on a holiday by the looks of it. But Man City paid 24 million euros for Joe back in 2009. 24 million. The money them days. No FFP. They're so lucky. They're so lucky they didn't have FFP. Obviously, you're catching up with them now because they're playing around with it, but that much money back then, nah, not for me. Just old. But Brazilian again. And on one hand, fuck it, be a crease. He has one for you. He has one for you. Midfielder. Finally, we're getting to a midfielder, which Newcastle need. But obviously, a free one isn't going to be great. Hard to come by. But this one is a Premier League winner. He's won the Premier League. Won all the trophies. English tax. Not for this guy. Not yet. Not now, anyway. Not anymore. 32-year-old Danny Drinkwater. Danny doesn't drink the water, been caught drink driving and all that. He's had problems, hasn't he? Bless him. I think he's talked about mental health and stuff in the past and whatnot. So Danny Drinkwater. But my goodness, what on earth happened to him? 32 now, Danny Drinkwater, like I say, won the Premier League with Leicester back in 11-12. He joined them in 11-12, sorry, from Man United reserves, 900,000. Chelsea paid £37 million for Drinkwater. 37 million. Back in 2017-2018, and from there he had loan spells at Burnley, at Aston Villa, at Kasımpaşa in Turkey, and at Redden, and it didn't even work out from there. Danny Drinkwater, 32. That has got to be one of the worst downfalls of a player's career in history. It really does. That is awful. Bloody Danny Drinkwater. But honestly, if he's training hard, he's training well, you could take him on trial, take him on a 2-week trial. Eddie Howe, have a look at him, see what he's looking like. Because at the minute, this midfield's looking bleak, lacking options. Could give him a couple of weeks, see how he gets on. Probably not though, probably not. And that's it, to be fair, because the list just has been silly. It would get sillier. Anyone on that list you would take. Realistically, you look at Drinkwater, Premier League experience, could he do a job now and then? Loan spells at Redden recently would suggest otherwise. Isco, could you take a punt on Isco? Real Madrid, played Champions League, played some very good games. Pato, getting old now, but again, played some big games, won big trophies. Or a random one. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below what you thought of this video. Any names on that list? What did Newcastle do with these injuries and suspensions? Or do we just risk it? Do we try and promote a youth? Eddie Danson, someone else. Got that Maley on the bench, stuff, 16 years old. What do we do? Because if we get another injury, we're absolutely knackered. We need Bruno back, obviously, ASAP. But he's not going to be back this weekend against Liverpool on Saturday. But he will be back for the final, you'd hope, next weekend. Cheers for watching, everyone. Remember, comment below, like this video, subscribe to My Channel TV, and enjoy yourselves.